There is a major flaw in Windows 11 operating system that could limit your gaming performance 28%. That is the same as having a different graphics card in your rig. But before you sprint over to Microsoft HQ to leave a turd on their doorstep, then light that sucker on fire with your favorite Bic. Who got the lighter? This should only affect pre-built gaming PCs. And even then, it's most likely disableable. Let's get this thing. Alrighty, Stallions and Stallionettes, welcome to the Gamer Heaven. I am your host, AK40 Kevin. Sharing my screen over here, I do have an article pulled up with some pretty highlights. This will be cited or sourced in the description below, as I do anytime I cover any news in the gaming community or industry. Windows 11 could be bad news for gaming PCs. Gamers beware, Windows 11 can hurt pre-built gaming PC performance. That heading and subheading do not read well. Windows 11 might have a nasty sting in its tail for pre-built gaming PCs, as a new security feature could hobble gaming performance. PCs that come with Windows 11 are set to have Microsoft's virtualization-based security, or VBSS function enabled, which can cause a drop of up to 28% in frame rates, according to PC Gamer's testing. Now that's a big old slap in the tuchus, considering Windows' whole catchphrase is, "It's the best experience for gamers." They've literally said this with the drop of every Windows operating system since I can remember. They certainly said it at the Windows 11 preview at the showcase, the media hype event. If you want the best experience for gaming, you need to ditch Windows 10 and hop on 11. Not if it has VBS enabled, that's for sure, let me tell you. But what exactly is VBS, and why does it slap the tuchus of our gaming performance? Well, it's an enterprise grade function. Let's keyword on that. They're enterprise grade functions. So we're talking about universities and doctors' offices and, well, offices period, that buys up several PCs in bulk to have on a closed network. Creates a secure region of system memory that is isolated from the normal operating system. It effectively provides a safe virtual zone to run programs, keeps them away from any vulnerabilities or malware that could affect the main OS. It's an option in Windows 10 that allows companies to better lock down corporate PCs, but in Windows 11, it'll be enabled by default. Virtualization takes up hardware resources. Of course it does. Think about what it's doing. It is pushing or running a virtual PC. You have another layer of programs running. According to PC Gamer, that translates into negative impact on game performance, which makes sense that it would. The site found that while games like Far Cry New Dawn were barely affected, Horizon Zero Dawn took a 25% performance hit. That's huge, ladies. That is massive. 25%, that is a quarter of your gaming performance. So if you are at 100 frames per second, I made this real easy for myself because I suck with math, you're at 75 frames per second now. That's a big old fat difference. Metro Exodus dropped by 24%, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider took a 28% hit to frame rate. Just get out of town, Charlie Brown. Furthermore, synthetic benchmarks such as 3D Mark Time Spy also took a 10% performance hit. This is where there's a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, or a little bit of positivity in this article. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't upgrade your gaming PC to Windows 11. No, sister. As VBS won't be enabled when you upgrade from Windows 10 to 11, nor is it applied when a fresh, clean install of Windows 11 is carried out. You build a gaming PC from component, and then you install a Windows 11 operating system, you're good. You are on an existing PC and you upgrade from 10 to 11, you're good. But with pre-built PCs like HP or Dell, this is where we have some concern. Now, they don't mention it in this article, but I do have to say these major PC manufacturers have gaming divisions that specifically tout or claim that they're, putting out some high performance PCs for gaming. Dell has Alienware. HP has Omen, their Omen division. You would think in your temples, in your gamer brain, these gaming pre-built PC companies are smart enough to know how detrimental VBS can be, or any kind of VM or virtual machine can be to gaming performance, and would have it off by default. So you have to enable it manually if you're going to be using it for enterprise uses, which 99.9% of people are not. They're just going to be using it for personal home use. There may be a way to disable VBD, but that might require some registry editing, which is something for more advanced users. And you have to keep in mind, who's the core demographic of people that buy pre-built PCs? Well, besides people that want to get their hands on a 30 series graphics card or AMD's current lineup and don't want to pay scalper prices on something like StockX or Facebook Marketplace. But the primary demographic or consumer of pre-built gaming PCs is somebody that wants a easy to use experience, much like a console, but a PC. Those type of consumers are not going to want to edit registry or get down to some source code or anything like that. And granted, there probably is an easier method of just simply disabling this feature. The fact that they even have to do anything, it should be off by default, and you should have to manually enable it, in my personal opinion. I personally don't think it's anything worth hyperventilating about, or, you know, basically breathing until your respiratory system becomes sporadic or anything like that. It's not that big of a deal, considering even if you buy a pre-built, you can disable it. And this article said it would be a pain in the ass. I don't really think it's going to be that difficult. And if you're building a PC or upgrading your existing PC, you literally don't have to worry about this. But this is something worth mentioning, considering, well, tanking your frame rate. 28% drop in frame rate, that is massive. That's not just like a, well, I took a 2% performance hit. That's big. That's over a quarter of your frames per second, just by having one feature enabled. If you enjoyed this video, it was beneficial for you, added a little bit of value to your evening or morning, I don't know what time it is where you're at, liking the video will help it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, as well as tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, and honest gaming peripheral reviews such as keyboards, mice, headsets, and controllers. And I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily. Peace.